Our last story for the evening, textbook soccer buff, but the country's chief banker, who was a visitor to Super Eagles Hotel at Ribidon Camp in Garoua, Cameroon, has charged the Nigerian First 11 to lift the AFCON trophy and earn Femi Otedola's $250,000. Against all projections and permutations, the Austin Eguavoin's coach team won all 3 round-robin matches, including the first one against the Egyptian Pharaohs. Now, Alhaji Aliko Dangote was also at the camp to see the Eagles. Anything is possible. You saw the highlights of Nigeria Guinea-Bissau game. Anything is possible in sports, which combines the joy of victory with the agony of defeat. And we have at the studio now, Mien Akiri is the sports correspondent. Mien,
good to be here.
Nigeria, Tunisia at the knockout stage. Something you're looking forward to it.
Battle of the Eagles. Carthage Eagles against the Super Eagles.
Wow.
And that's a tough one on paper, you know, but from what we've seen so far, the Eagles are favorites, and then fingers crossed at this stage.
Football is not mathematics.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah. GD football is not mathematics.
Yes.
But at this stage, I think the Eagles are good to go. They've made a statement.
Yes. But we've got to improve. I've never seen a Super Eagles team as wasteful as this crop of Super Eagles players. And I'm happy that even Eguavoin has said that he's not happy with the attack of the team. You can't keep throwing away chances. I've seen a Nigerian team play against Cameroon. From the first blast of the referee's whistle to the end, we were harassing the Cameroon. We dominated the game, yet we lost. That was
and only goals win football matches.
That was the Nigerian All-African Games team, coached by James Peters. That was the match where Emmanuel Amuneke was discovered, because he was harassing them. They had no means of stopping him, and then later on they began to kick him. He got angry and he bagged the red card. But that was the match that exposed him. We had players like Patrick Mancha, you know, and the rest of them in that same team. We dominated Cameroon from first minute to the end. Just one chance they got, they buried it. We even after that we played the rest of the game in their half, yet we didn't score. A team must learn to take its chances. There are times when at the preliminary rounds you do very well.
When the knockout
then when you get to the knockout stage, some of those chances that you had, you may not get them.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So because teams are watching us, there's no football team without its weaknesses. Teams are watching, they're already looking at how do we tackle this Nigerians. Yes, I know that some of the teams that we used to fear, they are out of the race. The Algerians, for example, who had such a long unbeaten
and defending champion.
Yes, they are gone. But it doesn't mean that a new we've been in this stage before.
Instance,
Remember in 1978, it was Uganda, the Cranes of Uganda, that eliminated Nigeria from the Nations Cup, and we were among the favorites at that time.
Yeah,
having performed well at the 1976 edition. So we have to be careful. I praise them for all that they've done, but throwing away chances the way I see it makes it difficult to watch.
Away chances, according to him, that's the bane of African football: marksmanship.
Well,
so many goals would have been scored from so many teams. If you saw what I mean.
That's the biggest challenge the Eagles is facing. That's what we've also seen at the AFCON tournament, where the big names, to a large extent, are finding it very difficult to put the ball in the back
for
of
instance,
the net.
Cote d'Ivoire would be meeting Egypt.
And that's a tough cracker. You're looking at the fact that the Algerians, like you mentioned, the defending champions, are out, struggled all through the tournament, couldn't score goals. And like they say, goals is the name of the game. When you score, you have an advantage. And then for the Eagles at this stage, I watched their first game against Egypt in Garoua, and they were like a team at home. They were comfortable. And some of the questions a few people have asked, even in Cameroon, is this team different from what we had under a foreign manager? And everyone says it's the same. It's the same team. What has worked for the team at this stage? And then we're saying the Nigerian team to a large extent. The weakness at this stage is converting and getting your chances. And when you talk about people coming to promise them monies, if that will indeed boost them, inverted commas at this stage, that's another question mark that we need to discuss and look at here. But I'm happy that the players know that they need to take each game as it comes. They know there is room for improvements, and even when they are not scoring as we expect, it's a positive sign that they're not conceding so many goals, which shows the elements of a champion.
We scored 5 goals at the moment.
And we've considered one. And from the penalty spots, which
not
speaks
a bad record.
volume.
But let's talk about the monies coming in. I know that APC's Oga has promised 10 million per goal. 15
million, like he told me in Cameroon, if they win the tournament.
Okay.
I spoke with him. He said yes at halftime in the game against Egypt. He went to their dressing room and he told the players, if you win the tournament, you get 15 million. And for each goal, you get 10 million.
Look at $250,000.
$250,000
Many
Nigerians at this stage.
Convert them.
And
that was about 142 million naira.
142 million naira. And some have said it's a form of distraction, even former players. Sunday
It is
and the likes. We saw
debatable.
Well, debatable. When there were players, they never said it was any form of distraction. We knew the era of Sunday Olise where they fought hard to get their bonuses. Winning bonuses, match bonuses, and all that. It's a different kettle of fish at this stage. Yes, sometimes the players are old, but when the money comes, they get it. They don't have to, fight so hard like it was in the past.
I must talk about this. It is not good for us as a country, our image, to still be owing Stephen Keshi and Amadou Shuaibu, 2 of them dead, till this moment I'm speaking. Joseph Eriko
is your friend. I recall there was a day Joe Eriko was watching you on Journalist Hangout, and I said, "Mian, take the phone to him, please. I want to talk to him." That's a former coach, of a national team as big as Nigeria. It is really, really sad. It's unfortunate that we give so much respect, to the white-skinned man. We see them as foreign technical advisors. We expect that whatever they do in their country should be done here. But when they come here, it's a different ballgame entirely.
Thank you.
That's really
you are owing that same white man. Why are you not owing him?
You are owing, and he was denied entry into Nigeria.
Are you not owing him?
Well, he's been owed, but then he was paid much more.
That will always happen. That's a normal thing. That's a normal thing. When you leave your country to go and work elsewhere, you expect to earn more. Everywhere.
Results. What about in terms of results?
No, but if you want to talk about results, that's a different thing. Any foreign coach,
that's the yardstick.
Every foreign coach that comes here will earn more than the people.
But that's the yardstick.
Even American corporations that hire people all the way from India and all that, they know that they've got to pay more. That's a different thing. If a coach, he started well, we've discussed his. He lost touch later on, but you know that man started well, and we are not supposed to talk about him today. The issue is,
permit me, I just rub this in. Let's also talk about that issue of Nigerians.
Manfred Horner was here. We did not pay his salary. He left this country in annoyance. That is a problem that we have. Anyone who comes, whether it's a foreign coach, you will hold him. The person that you couldn't do that to, the person that you couldn't do that to was what's his name? Westerhoff. Because the number 2 man in our country was his friend. No, some of them had to report to FIFA.
They report to FIFA, and but the Nigerians never get theirs.
But that's a problem,
which is worrisome.
Don't say that because somebody is a white man, they pay him. I'm telling you, foreign coaches have been here.
We owe them, but they get paid at the end of the day.
So after they reported you,
we are not playing the match here.
after they reported you to the international community, you then scramble to go.
But the Nigerians were even in debt. Kessie is there on Sunday.
Do you know that they have?
Joe Erico told me that they still personally me, I am still being
We're not playing a match here. We must go.
Do you know that sometimes they threaten you with all kinds of sanctions
But they get their monies
before you pay people that have been owed?
You know, you're not helping matters. Make we go now. Time is the master.
You talked about, let's talk about people going to get into the head of the players. It's not an ideal thing.
Yes.
Let's grow up as a people.
Yeah.
Leave the players, let the coach be able to focus on what he's doing.
And
you don't go and be politicians. They have to keep the politicians away now, so that those boys can focus on the thing. When they win, you can then come out in solidarity, give them what you want. But making all these promises.
Change the name of my street and your street, and so on. Our next match is Sunday.
It's on Sunday against the Katiks of Tunisia, 8 p.m.
Okay, we are waiting. All right, then, we must go. But let me thank Paul Dada, who was here earlier on. And the Backroom Boys are saying thank you for watching. Join us on Sunday for a 2-hour stretch beginning from 1:30. We are also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Citizen Jones. Bye-bye.